Hey everybody, Donnie Gupton here, and welcome to my video, 5 Secrets to Winning More Customers Using Video Marketing. And this is going to be a really incredible video for you, and the reason why is several-fold. First of all, I'm going to give you the exact strategy I used to grow my company by $4 million in a 3-year span. Now, the industry I did this in is not very tech savvy, and I'm going to show you how I implemented a winning video marketing campaign in my business with hopes that you can model my approach and see some pretty good results when you test it out in your business. Right now, most small businesses are really struggling with ways to generate more qualified customers into their business and really have no idea how to separate themselves from the competition. You probably have a really great website, probably doing some posting on social media, and you're doing all those little things right, but at the end of the day, there's no movement in revenue, and that's what this is all about. It's not about likes, it's not about comments, it's about moving revenue and getting business. And the reason for this is, well, because everybody else is doing it now. Everybody else is kind of caught up to that. So there's no true separation from the competition. But there's still one untapped resource that most small businesses are forgetting about or just straight up overwhelmed with, and that's video. Video engagement online continues to increase year over year. According to eMarketer, 4 times as many consumers would rather watch a video about a product or service than read about it. So the consumers want it, but is it really worth your time, effort, energy to stay committed to a video marketing plan? Well, according to Aberdeen, businesses using video grow company revenue 49% faster year over year than organizations without. Man, so that seems like it's a pretty good slam dunk to do video, but there's still some other things, right? You're probably scared about being on camera. What are you going to record these videos with? How do you edit them? How do you make them look professional so people aren't turned off by your brand? How do I actually fit this video thing into my busy schedule? What types of content would my audience like? Well, these are all common challenges that my small businesses that I work with face. But despite these challenges, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And the first thing is there's still a great opportunity to be first. There are not enough businesses out there that are fully committed to video marketing yet, and you can be that business and you can dominate your market. Consumers love video. Whether you're B2B or B2C, at the end of the day, people love video. And here's why. 1/3 of online activity is spent watching video. 90% of consumers say that product videos are helpful in the decision process. YouTube reports mobile video consumption increases 100% year over year. That's incredible. Including video on a landing page increases conversions by 90%. What's a landing page? We'll talk about that. Including video and email leads to a whopping 200 to 300% in click-through rate. I don't know how many of you guys are using email marketing, but if you are and you haven't used video yet, well, there's a little bullet for your chamber. So wouldn't it be great if you can get more customers just by sharing the knowledge you already have with your market? Well, here's what would happen. Your customers would love you. You would have a greater authority in the marketplace. You would be viewed as the expert. You would stand head and shoulders above your competition, leaving them in the dust. And at the end of the day, you will make more sales and your company will grow. So does this sound interesting to you? Well, here are the 5 secrets to winning more customers using video marketing. The first thing is your target market. You need to have a clearly defined target customer. And I'll tell you, most businesses that I work with, they have an idea, but they really have not defined it. They don't know their customer, and I can't stress how important this is. So most companies that I see actually try to appeal to everyone because they're desperate for every lead. They are constantly looking for new business, new leads, and whatever comes in their door, they will hop on because they're always scrambling instead of having a clear pipeline. And what happens there is then you start dealing with people that you don't want to deal with. You start stretching your business into an area or a space that it doesn't do every day. So your reviews may go down, your profit probably goes down. So you want to really find that target market. Clearly defining a market will absolutely change how easy it is to talk to your customers. You will know what their pains are, what their problems are, what they're facing. Why are they not doing business with you or your or other companies? What are the things that they fear about doing business with a business like yours? So you really want to figure out what keeps them awake at night, and where are they hanging out? Where can you get more of this information? But at the end of the day, you need to figure out how your business solves these problems for them. And the only way you can do that is by having this clearly defined target market. So the next thing, well, obviously in a winning video marketing plan, you need to have video. But let's talk about what type of video you need to have. So if you want a legitimate presence online, well, then like we've been talking about, video absolutely has to be a part of your plan. And in order to be successful with video marketing, you have to be committed to it. You have to be doing it on a regular basis. And for this to make sense for most small businesses, the low cost way to create video has to be figured out. Because if not, you're going to be breaking the bank all the time, every time you create a video. And that's what I was able to do with my business. I was able to figure out how to create quality, professional, informative videos at a very low cost and without killing my schedule at the same time. You know, time is of the essence with small business owners. You have to have an action plan of when you're going to get your videos done. So knowing how you're going to record them and what you're going to edit them with and having this plan in place is important. There's so many different options when it comes to these things. There's a million different cameras out there, right? Do I use my iPhone? Do I use my iPad? Do I use another tablet? Do I need to buy the high, fancy quality camera? Can I just get it done with a just straight Sony camcorder? What is it that I need to do? Now, there really is no true answer. The bottom line is you need to figure out what is going to work for you and your business. Some of us have different budgets than others, and sometimes an iPhone is okay. But there are certain elements you can put into a video that will absolutely change the way your customers respond to it. Making sure that you have your logo and your intro buffers and outro buffers and these different things that create a professionalism so that your market's not turned off. Okay? Now, why video? Let's talk about this a little bit more. Well, video boosts your search engine optimization. So, you know, again, we're looking for competitive advantages out there. And video just basically doubles the way a search engine looks at the value of your content. You know, so what I've actually done is create videos with blog posts, and I have text below. So now you have two ways for your consumers to, you know, take in your content. Okay. Now you have to be on YouTube. YouTube is probably the most overlooked social media platform for local businesses. People don't know the power of how you can leverage your local business using YouTube, and I can definitely help you with that. At the end of the day, like we talked about, video produces customers. It generates revenue growth. I think the challenge with a lot of people on social media and other things is they're too concerned about who's getting likes and who's commenting on their posts and how many subscribers they have. And at the end of the day, it's really irrelevant if your revenue's not going up, right? That's why we're in business, right? So that's kind of the thing that's made social media challenging is people become obsessed with the wrong things. And video can definitely help you change that. So now you have these videos created. What is it that our customers are going to want to hear about? And you have to learn how to create some killer content. You know, so creating informative content that is geared to your target market. So if we go back to that first slide, we know who our target market is. We know our industry. We know what the frequently asked questions are. We know what their concerns are. This is the simplest way to create content. You answer the questions that they ask most often, right? So visit forums and blogs that are related to your market and see what people are talking about. And you will have video content galore. In fact, you can answer some of these questions using video, and now you're going to connect on a different level and separate yourself. And that's the whole idea. When you're creating content that people can relate to, then you create a connection. Now, we haven't even talked about these people picking up the phone to call you for a free estimate or to come into your store or whatever it is that your business offers. We're talking about the engagement you're having with these people before there's actual physical contact. Now, when I create my videos, I use the 90-10 rule. I like to post informative educational content 90% of the time, and I like to promote my company only 10% of the time. Now, what does that mean? Well, I don't want to sit around, video marketing does not work when you are constantly putting video ads out in front of people, and that's a big difference. Video marketing really, revolves around informative content, educational content, more than it does having a great ad. Now, of course, ads are a part of it. We need to have a good hook. We need to have a good reason for them to do business with us. But sticking to this 90-10 rule, what it allows you to do is it allows you to continue to connect with your database without being pushy, without turning them off. You're actually providing value to them, and that's the most important thing. Now, if you want somebody to actually watch a video or read an article or whatever you have going on, your headline is everything. If you want your videos watched, this is half the battle. If not, people just continue to scroll on by. So when you're creating your content, you need to be spending a lot of time, possibly even more time, on creating that headline that people want to click on. Again, if you know your market, the headlines will be a lot easier. Now, there are endless amounts of topics that are relevant to your market. And if you really can't get creative enough about what to make a video about, you're just not being creative enough. There's a ton of options out there. So you have your videos, you have the killer content. What do you do with them now? Well, you need to get that content everywhere. And social media is really the best thing to do. So again, we want to find out where our target market is hanging out. What platform is out there that you can easily interact with your target market? And that's where you should be spending your time. That's where you should be posting your videos. So if you're in a business to business, LinkedIn is probably a better platform than some of these other platform options out there. But if you're business to consumer, LinkedIn is probably the last place that you'd want to be hanging out. So what is social media designed for? It's designed to engage and interact with customers. But again, the ultimate goal is to get them to become a customer. And that's where marketing and branding 101, you have to be top of mind when somebody is willing to make a decision. Now, a lot of our businesses, we may only interact with these people once or twice in a lifetime. If you're a home builder, you're probably not building the same house for the same person multiple times. Yeah, there's instances, but typically you're probably building the house one time. So how do you get that person? How do you get them engaged with you when they don't need you after the fact, when they're not looking for you every day? Well, that's top of mind. That's branding. And that's why a lot of these lead generation things that are out there are kind of bogus, because there's no brand built behind the lead gen. But if you can continue to build and be known in your small marketplace as the go-to contractor, as the go-to retailer, whatever your business is, then you're way more profitable. So what you want to do is you want to create a content publishing schedule to help keep your business top of mind. And that's how you'll truly be able to connect with people. And, that's how you create some consistency, because the ones that are paying attention are the ones that are most likely becoming buyers. Facebook ads has really made it easy to get information out in front of your target market. The targeting ability that they have helped us with is second to none. But you've also probably noticed that your standard Facebook posts from your business page aren't getting the same traction as they used to. And that's because Facebook's changed their algorithm a little bit. And unfortunately for us, it does cost us money to do it. But the cost is low and the targeting ability is incredible. So you got to take a look at Facebook ads for sure. The last component really of having a winning video marketing plan is having a website. And this website needs to be mobile or responsive. And the other thing it needs to be is it needs to be video ready. People use the internet on their smartphones now more than ever. And if your website is not responsive, then you're losing out, especially if you're a local business. Think about how many times people pick up their phone, search a local company on their phone, and if you don't have a map or your address or a telephone that's easily accessible where somebody can just click and call and they don't have to zoom in on their screen to find your info, if they have to zoom in on your screen, they're gone. You've lost them already. So you have to stay up to date with the times. Your website has to be responsive, and having video, you need to make sure that you have video in the right places that are easy to access, because people use video on their phones all the time. Now, people should be able to easily call your company like I said. That is very, very important to actually figuring out how you're closing and how your marketing is doing. If your stuff is not there, people do not wait now. They go to your website, they click. If it's not easy for them, they click away and they go to the next guy. So if your competition has a responsive website, you better believe that you need to have one. Now, mobile usage grows 50% year over year. And 94% of smartphone users look for local information. Think about that for a minute. 94% of smartphone users look for local information. So the question you have to ask yourself is your business ready for that? Is it set up for that? Are you maximizing that? Because there is a lot of money right there of people that could be yours, and if you're not doing it, your competition is. So let me ask you a question. What would your business look like if you were able to easily implement a video marketing plan in order to get in front of affluent buyers and connect with them before they come to your store? Well, let me tell you what it was like for me. My life completely changed. The revenue in my business absolutely blew up. Our company is now viewed as the go-to expert in town, and we no longer have to worry about leads. Because of this, I've set aside some time to do a strategy session with you absolutely free. I begin by actually listening to you. I find out what your challenges are, what your sales goals are, and what you want to accomplish in your business. And together, we will come up with a video marketing strategy to get you there. Why? You're probably asking, would I do all of this for free? Well, I'm doing this because I'm a consultant specializing in helping local specialty retailers and contractors attract more customers into their business using video marketing. And there's a very good possibility your market has a large pocket of underserved customers who would be very responsive to video. Instead of trying to convince you to work with me like everybody else in town, I prefer to help you in advance for free and let the value of that experience do the selling for me. After you get your free strategy session, one of three things will happen. The first possibility is that you think the strategy session was a complete waste of time. This has literally never happened. The second possibility is you might decide to implement the strategy we create together on your own. If that is the case, I will wish you the best of luck and be happy to have helped you. But the third and most common scenario is that you're so thrilled with the strategy that we come up with that you want me to help you implement this for your business. So you literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain by scheduling a strategy session. But there is a catch, and it's a pretty big one. The catch is I can't help everybody. Not everybody's a good fit for this. So in order for us to work together, you need to meet some strict but very reasonable criteria. First, this isn't for beginners. You need to have an established business in order for us to work together. Second, you need to have forward momentum. Well, what is that? This means you're getting traffic, you are already getting sales, and you simply want more of that. And finally, you have a good reputation, something that you can leverage, something that your audience will respond to. You must have a good reputation in order to work with me. If you meet these simple rules and want to have a one-on-one strategy session with me, here's what you need to do next. Click the link below to schedule a strategy session. Once you have selected your time, you'll be taken to a brief survey. It's super simple. It takes about 45 seconds to complete and just gives me some basic info about what you're up to and what you're looking to accomplish. I use this information to prepare in advance for our call so I can create the best experience for you. Now, once you've completed these steps, you'll receive a confirmation from me about our strategy session. So clearly, there's really nothing to lose by scheduling this, and only everything to gain. If you haven't signed up, then please click the link below to get started. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I look forward to our strategy session together. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video and considering this opportunity. This is Donnie Gupton, and I'll talk to you soon.